With Ruin, the movie, and now waiting for Help Wanted 2's release, I think I finally have enough details for this video. So allow me to introduce you to Cassie. Well, reintroduce, because as the video title says, we've already met her. Our new protag of Ruin, going an unknown amount of months post-security breach, Cassie breaks into the Pizzaplex due to receiving a message from our boy Gregory. Apparently, our young savage animatronic killer has gone missing since security breach ended, and Cassie, being a real one, comes to help her friend. But it seems that the place has never reopened after their salon break mentioned previously, as the place is trashed, looted, full of broken pieces of rubble and tons of graffiti. Shout out to Walrus specifically. Super conveniently flashlight in one hand, and oddly charged walkie-talkie in the other. Wow, it's even her favorite character. Cassie follows Gregory's guidance to help him from where he's stuck, under Roxy's way that had collapsed into the sinkhole. Dedicated, Cassie begins looking all over for ways to get in deeper, crawling through vents. One gives way and she falls through the title drop, ending up in a way worse off area full of murky water and trash, and gets attacked by half of a Monty, giving us a hint to which security breach ending is canon. But somehow even more conveniently for Cassie, she comes across a Faz-wrench, and here we have the first bit of Cassie's backstory. She recognizes the Faz-wrench due to her dad also having one, so much so that she even knows how to use it for a few common Faz Inc. programs, doors, portable cameras, even rebooting an animatronic. Wait, haven't we seen this? Her Faz-wrench leads her to a mask bot, who thankfully has one mask left. A very cute official fanny mask that, once put on, implants an occipital transponder. Basically, our new mask puts something into or through the back of Cassie's skull so she can see things she needs to be a technician for the Pizzaplex. All explained by the adorable and totally honest avatar for the Vanny network, Helpy. In his first explanation, Helpy mentions that the network also makes reality better. Perfect example being the various vending machines littering the building. It shows a single bandmate. Put on the mask, that character turns into Roxanne, as it's Cassie's favorite. True, brilliant bridge horror at play. Even more interesting is the mask turning objects into the physical world into data, and then able to remove those physical objects. And as this is a major gameplay element, it's a pretty important detail, one that begins solidifying my older theory of security breaches Pizzaplex being a VR or AR experience, since the game's steelbook is a black tape, calling back to Help Wanted and bringing back the Afton virus. Hell, after rebooting Moondrop and turning the split halves back into their one entity, Eclipse, and seeing Monty's backstory through his ride, he ends up being teleported to various locations around the broken catwalks and nuclear waste. All the while, Helpy keeps pushing Cassie to undo the security nodes, thereby unlocking the main network. And while the mask makes her invisible to any individual, like Chica or the Endos, an unknown entity chases her when it's worn, able to direct the animatronics to her location to attack and or kill her. Things begin twisting when Cassie meets our ruined Roxy, lamenting in her salon, and here is when the rabbit entity goes all-out attack mode. It targets Cassie by trying to break her emotionally. Millions of eyes staring at her, which makes her feel disgusted, terrified, and exposed. It shows her eagerly prepping for her birthday party, only to then force her to see the painful conclusion. No one showed up to her party. She has no friends. Shows her insecurities when she is experimenting with makeup, only for it to be a mess, smeared and running her down her face when she cries. And then it shows her Gregory's missing posters. It's leaving the salon that Cassie gives us another hint. A single fake log with a yellow, partially smeared handprint. And when pausing the game, the hint text says they never finished the Foxy log ride, safety concerns.
Hey, it's the log fling. Oh, the log ride. That log ride was great.
Earlier, if you found the AR Foxy plush, info text says that log ride was so much fun. So a young girl with a Fazbear Tech dad who got to potentially have early access to new attractions before the release to the public. Maybe she even got to leave her mark, as shown on the log itself. The handprint left when she first tested the ride. Yet, if there were safety concerns, then maybe the handprint smeared towards the back of the ride is from an accident that got it canned. Let's go back to Security Breach for a moment. When Best Robo Dad Freddy is taken to parts and service, rudely beheaded, Gregory has to sneak through utility tunnels. The utility tunnels is a tight corridor with too many turns, full of endoskeletons that freeze when Gregory's looking, but go full weeping angels when looking away. Annoying but not hard. But what got my attention was the doors. Art on the door seems to explain to human and robo employees alike how the endoskeletons are to behave around people, particularly kids. Be helpful, If a kid gets hurt, then offer a band-aid, hold their hands, offer balloons, let them be affectionate to you, and what not to do, such as shoving, don't shove cakes off tables, don't put them in the FNAF 4 bed. Weird. Okay, let's go back to door number 2. Heck showing his daughter an endo. Very cute. That little girl is oddly familiar, especially those round pigtails. So I technician dad, curly AF pigtails, and getting to help train the endo's AI by being around constantly while dad's working. Think y'all can see where I'm going with this. Other doors show different characters, so how can I be so sure this is Cassie? Door number 3 shows us Dad, and the lesson to not shove or chase any humans. Obviously the same guy. But he's never shown again with the child, just who I assume is Cassie, strengthening the idea of her being his child, actively watching while his daughter helps with his job. Need more proof? Let's go back to the first Ruin teaser. While mostly silhouetted, we see Cassie from behind. And once again, a huge identifier in her silhouette is her curly pigtails, her curly brown pigtails. And when I put the teaser image in a Photoshop, it shows the highlights of blonde. This could be her hair is blonde or brown, highlighted by the flashlight. So we've already met Cassie when Security Breach first released, and her dad. And with Help Wanted 2 having been released, I think the two are linked. With us playing Sister Location in VR, them showing us the Faz-wrench UI from Ruin in the first trailer, I think Stillwell and Scott are hinting at Michael Afton being Cassie's dad, a feeling I've seen echoed by other fans online. I started writing this before Help Wanted 2, so now that it's released, maybe this all is redundant. Or maybe it's already disproven. Proven? We'll see. But what does this all mean? We got a sneak peek at Cassie, so what? Well, I think it goes a bit deeper. The door art shows how the endos can misbehave or get their AI corrupted. And in purple paint, someone has drawn over the lessons to teach the endos the opposite. Except when they all want to show affection. They do that to spread the Afton virus. Security Breach tells us that the Pizzaplex was hacked. A virus unleashed through their system and infected everything. The robots begin acting up, software, the security, even the staff bots. And if Patient 46 is Gregory Dr. Rabbit GGY, he's the one who hacked it all. Meaning that when Cassie and Gregory met, him comforting her when her party was a flop, he had already hacked or was about to hack that network. Also, while I'm not completely sold on Gregory and GGY being one for one, I do think Gregory fits as Patient 46. Something that never gets focused on is Gregory has a vicious streak.
Oh, we just decimated him.
Those are sweet kicks, by the way.
What? What the heck did we just do? Gregory is brutal.
He's quick to anger, he has no problem expressing a want for revenge or to get back at people, and he doesn't mind lying by omission to Freddy's face about cannibalizing his bandmates. This all makes sense. Gregory is a child, anywhere from 11 to 13 of age, preteen. He would be quick to anger, have this skewed sense of justice that's a bit selfish, and kids are natural liars. But now I want to compare all that to Patient 46. Patient 46 prefers to be alone and offhand seems shy, but when forced to engage with a therapist, the shyness instead melts away as a disinterested, malicious sense of it being a waste of time. Patient 46 enjoys the idea of their therapist being punished with timeouts or getting fired, and when confronted by the newest therapist, previous 3 have gone missing, 1 found dead, mangled by machinery, they express glee at the idea of their current therapist checking behind their back. They also, when emailed and reached out to, manipulate people back. They lie about their past, about being abused by bad parents when it's false. If Patient 46 is Gregory, it makes sense again. He's using his young age and adults' preconceived notions about thinking kids are dumb to his advantage. But why? Why is he being sent to therapy by Fazbear Inc.? And if he's a robot, what does that mean to all this? Therapist, number 4, says Gregory had great parents, meaning they passed. But this wasn't company knowledge. The therapist had to dig for this info. So his parents are in the company, or else that would have been fact-checked earlier, unless the company is also lying about his past. So let me explain my theory so far without any spoilers from Help Wanted 2. Gregory is a robot made to house the spirit of Bite Victim from FNAF 4, as he was made in the boy's image. The band-aid on the knee, hair color and hairstyle, and wearing a similar shirt. Or did Orphan Gregory get it? William, potentially wanting a family reunion for his return, sets Vanny on him. Maybe the fear and threat from Vanny could break Gregory into a sort of factory reset, allowing William to rewrite him or his personality. However, Gregory ends up putting Freddy into safe mode, protecting him from the hack. And Freddy's interactions with Gregory and their unique wholesome bond protects them both from William's influence. This allows them both to help free Vanessa and go eat ice cream together. If Gregory met Cassie post-hack on her lonely birthday, then he made quite the impact for her to care if he's stuck inside the Pizzaplex. Even more so that Cassie knows he's missing. Basically, I'm saying Cassie's weird enough to have no friends except an orphan that could potentially be a robot. And if she loved a dangerous log ride that was too risky for Fazbear, well, what if Cassie is a robot too? Yeah, I know. Okay, hear me out. When you first come upon the log ride with smeared handprint, it's the back room area of Roxy's salon, what was once Foxy's western themed area for the water log ride. And well, as for vibes go, it's pretty insidious. Actually, personally, it reminded me of the most horrific theme park accident I'd ever heard of. The Dream World River Rapids disaster saw 4 riders killed so gruesomely that paramedics reportedly sought therapy after detangling the victims from the machinery. Worst yet, only survivors, 2 children, saved themselves due to no one noticing or hitting the stop button. These 2 children had just witnessed and was forced to listen to their parents be mangled and disfigured. Why bring up this horrible tragedy? I think we're seeing a pattern repeat. A technician getting too close to his work allows it to affect his judgment. He allows his daughter around the untested AI, test ride new attractions, till disaster happened. The log ride malfunctions. Cassie is killed, but trying to avoid remind the public of the missing kids, the company offers a perfect solution. They'll bring Cassie back. Lawsuit avoided, technician turns that frown upside down, and they ensure their level 5 technician will be working off the cost of a revived child for years. Win-win. Also, I think this all ties into our new antagonist, Mimic. If this AI system has evolved to the point of the company locking it up and also sealing it with the security nodes, then it's been an issue. Or this is the result of Dr. Rabbit's hack and uploading the virus. Say that the virus had gotten so out of hand, Fazbear Inc. decides we're closing this Pizzaplex indefinitely till we got a solution, resulting in the place closing for a few weeks. Gregory does his shenanigans, leaves with Freddy's head and Vanessa, and so the mall closes permanently, until Mimic reaches out to Cassie. If Cassie is in the data of the whole Pizzaplex system, why wouldn't she be? It could then learn about her peers, friends, favorites, and like a monster humming a lullaby, it lures Cassie into the basement to unlock its cage. Further proof is the ending of Ruin, specifically the elevator ending. As we hear from Gregory, he can't let the Mimic go free, so he magically cuts the elevator wire, sending Cassie crashing to her potential death. Yet, we the audience hear Roxy calling for Cassie. And if Cassie survived the fall, well, it sure makes more sense if she was already a robot, making the crash less devastating. Last random dangling thought. If Mimic is, again, pretending to be Gregory at the end, it further makes sense that it could recognize if Cassie wasn't human and wanting to use her. Make her believe she was betrayed so she might turn to it into getting revenge. Maybe by pretending, or rather, mimicking Roxy. This turned out to be longer than I expected, but I think the idea of us already meeting Cassie is just amazing and shows this level of passion Steel Wool really has. And now that Help Wanted 2 is out, I'm incredibly excited to see them at what I believe is their best. Help Wanted is my favorite since the VR only strengthens the ambience of the game. And seeing that the pizza sim is also in VR, I think I might be truly terrified again. Thank you everyone who stuck around this long. I appreciate every new sub and I love reading your comments on my theories. Have an incredible new year. Let's all prep for even more FNAF in 2024. Bye bye!